guys. Bunch of fucking children. Silly bitches. Well, it's finally happening. This month has been unusually warm, unusually nice for this area. They've dubbed it October because we've been hitting not mid-20s, low 20s, which is crazy for October for Victoria. 15, 16 degrees maybe, but not 20. That's like, I don't know what that is in American. 80? Anyways, I'll take it. Love every part of it. It's supposed to rain on Tuesday. Today's Friday. And rain for the rest of the year. I don't know. Fucking, what are you gonna do? Gotta get out while you can. So, I was nominated by Bearded Bobber for the 3x3 challenge, and as I understand it, it's 3 things that you might not know about me, and I then challenged 3 other YouTubers to do the same, 3x3. Which is pretty cool, so thank you, Bearded, for the nomination. I graciously accept. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been pretty irresponsible. I've been riding lots, I've been filming lots, haven't edited shit. So I'm a little unprepared today. I don't have the rear-facing camera, but I mean, you guys don't want to see me anyway, so let's take a look at some of this beautiful fall weather. And yeah, let's just dive into 3 things here. So I actually get asked this one quite a bit, and to me, I don't know, it seems funny, but everyone always asks Jay Fast, like, what is that? Is that just some cool name? I mean, it is a cool name. Is it a nickname? What's going on? So actually, my first name is Jason, but I'll answer to anything. Jay, hey you, fucking guy, whatever, I'll answer to it. And my last name is actually Fast. So it's not, I don't like to go fast, I don't do things fast, I don't go slow, say whatever you want, but Fast is my last name, so Jay Fast. Jump into number 2, I'm gonna pick up a friend. And he's not ready. He's not ready at all. Friggin' guy. Well, I can't please everybody. Actually, Chris did the tune that I flashed up this morning and made the throttle response quite a bit snappier. And we off. Number 2 on my list of things you might not know about me is I am a journeyman carpenter by trade. So that is like certified, whatever that means to you in your country. Went to school for it. But before that, I went to school for criminology. Policing was kind of my first choice, but for whatever reason, didn't happen. And now I swing a hammer. But I actually prefer to work with metal than I do working with wood. Haha, get it? I like to weld, like to fabricate. Not necessarily, well, can't talk. I'm not necessarily good at it, but I'm okay. And just like wrenching on stuff, and that's kind of how I got into YouTube, if you will. Building my Jeep, building my boats, threw in like a V8 supercharged and all that stuff. I used to blog quite a bit on the forums, like, and I still do a little bit on the Indian forum as well. But ever since Photo Bucket kind of made third-party hosting, it was not illegal, but they got rid of it. And you got to pay for that shit now. And like every other millennial out there, I'm only kind of a millennial. Don't judge me by like a year. I'm 34. I want everything for free. I want to give it to me. So I stopped doing that and started getting into making videos. And I've made some, not necessarily on motovlogging, but you know, on my boat, on my Jeep. But I do primarily do the bike. So if it's wood, if it's wrenching or installs, I love doing it. Even metal, everything. You know, I kind of have oriented my shop away from wood. I do enough of that at work, and do mostly, you know, metal fab, engine work, stuff like that. That's where I find the most joy that I get out of it, is doing that. And then again, able to share with you guys. And you know, most of it I'm watching other guys' YouTube videos on how to do stuff. So it's a give and take relationship. But yeah, that's number 2. Let's just listen to some exhaust noises before we get into number 3. He's a Harley guy. I'm sure he'll unnecessarily rev his motor. Just a little one. All that revving. Now I gotta fill up the gas. Never ends. All fueled up, ready to go. We can get on to number 3. So, number 3, I wouldn't say I'm full on, but you might classify me as a military brat. My dad was a CF-18 pilot in the Canadian Air Force, so he flew fighter jets. And when I was born in 1984, I'm getting distracted. Oh my, I mean, oh, see, started looking at girls and I missed the light. Son of a gun. Now I lost my friend. What were we talking about? Military. Yeah, so when I was born in 1984, we were living in Cold Lake, Alberta. Little nice bike there. And we lived there for a few years. And then 3 years, we moved to North Bay, Ontario, where my younger brother was born. And from there, we went back to Cold Lake, Alberta. And my father was deployed in the first Gulf War. The 416 Squadron was the first Canadian Tactical Squadron deployed, did support for the American Air Force. And when he came back from the Gulf, where'd we go? We went to, down to Virginia actually, went stateside. And we lived in Richmond for 2 years. My dad did flight training. It was a Canadian liaison for training new pilots, American pilots. And then from there we went to Ajax, Ontario, which is just outside of Toronto. And then from there, we were there for about 10 months. And then we moved out to Comox, BC, which is on Vancouver Island, which is where I am right now. But I actually live in Victoria, which is the capital of British Columbia. So I'm no longer in Comox, but I'm still in Vancouver Island. And so that was pretty much a different school every grade up until about grade 8. And we, you know, to me, it's normal. I think about, I have friends that have, when they go home for Christmas now we're what, 34 years old, and that was the house they were born in. To me, that's freaking crazy. I don't even remember the house that I was born in. That guy was an idiot. Blew right through a crosswalk when somebody was trying to fucking go. Cyclists, what a bunch of idiots. So yeah, and it was pretty cool. I mean, we growing up at the squadron there, getting to hang out with all the young pilots, all the young guys is pretty. When you're 4, 5, 6, 7 years old, that's pretty neat.
Fucking hate cyclists.
That guy was ridiculous. Between me and that lady, there was 3 feet.
Yeah, but I'm saving the planet, fucking asshole.
He wasn't even close. I didn't even see him come up. I thought he was gonna stop.
Yeah.
The lady had to stop so he could be a douche and get by.
Is he even wearing a helmet?
No. Some people's children, what can I say?
I wanted to scare him a bit with noise.
I remember being about 5 years old, perhaps, maybe 6. Oh, was it that old? Maybe 4. Doesn't matter. Let's call it 5. I remember seeing my very first nudie poster being hung up on at the hangar there, and wondering, what are those? But who could ask for a better childhood? Airplanes and nudie posters. Gotta love it. So anyways, guys, that's the 3 things that you probably did not know about me. And now we gotta get on to the nominations. So there's a few of us over at Indian Motorcycle World, and I know Meatball Rebel and I both got nominated by Bearded Bobber. So I imagine the other guys are gonna get nominated as well. So I'm gonna nominate some of the smaller but very good YouTube channels. So Right On John, this one's coming at you. Hopefully you can get a video out. And we're gonna stop where all the cool kids hang out. These big old Harleys, can't even maneuver them. And now that it's dark and we've wasted enough time here, my last two nominations are going in no particular order. Mike Seps, you are up. Just make sure you get out there to do this video. And CC Vehicle Rider Vlogs, I also nominate you. So hopefully you guys get a video out soon, and we'll check you later.